You guys know that I really do love working with different decks. I love it. Every single day I do readings. No, I don't. I do readings a lot of days. Let's put it like that. And when I do readings, I get bored looking at the same deck over and over and over and over. I can't do that. When I first started, I had one deck, and that was my only deck, and I used that deck for everything. And I got so bored of looking at those images that I started to buy other decks just for variety. And that's why I still continue to do that. It keeps me fresh. It keeps the, my intuition sharp, and the reading interesting. And another thing is that the more I work with different clients and the more decks that come out, these different themes that come out, I realize that I can really utilize these tools. So I saw this one the other day, and I was like, see, this is going to be perfect for my clients who are empaths. So right now I'm going to do the introduction, and then I'm going to introduce you to the Empath's Oracle. Now, mind you, it's still in a plastic. I got this at Amazon.com. I am an Amazon affiliate. I bought this with my own money. This wasn't a gift. And underneath this video, I'm going to give you my affiliate link in case you want to buy this deck. Now, I really think that this could be very helpful, especially if you're an empath or you have clients who are empaths. So we're getting ready to find out. Because what I want to do is I want to incorporate this into my practice when I'm working with empaths to see if I can help them. A lot of them talk to me about trying to get control, of their ability. So I'm hoping this could offer some assistance. So my name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. Let's see. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And what else? If you would like to get a reading done, please hit me up on social media, because all my information is also underneath this video. If you want to become a patron on Patreon, that is also underneath this video. All right, so let me show this to you first and foremost. One of the things that drew my eyes to it was that picture on the front. I was like, the colors, that is beautiful, is stunning, okay? And I was like, I gotta check this out. So on the back of here, I'll show you this. I know some of you like to read the back. So here's the top. And if you want to screenshot the bottom, there's 40 cards in here. Okay. Let's see. Nothing else on it. Except for, of course, the price. It says here that this is the suggested retail price. There's their Facebook. Oh, Llewellyn. Cool. Okay. I have a lot of stuff by Llewellyn. So, I like their work. We're going to alleviate this of its plastic. And then I'm going to show it to you. Alright. So, let me show you. It opens like that. And you just, like that. Ooh, it has the ribbon inside. Very nice quality. Okay. I like the color of the ribbon, and I also like the fact that it has a ribbon. Alright, let me show you. Ooh, look at the guidebook. Hello, guidebook. How are ya? I was hoping for that too. Let me show you the back of it. I know some people love to read the back. I was hoping for a chunky guidebook that had lots of information. I wanted it to be very helpful. So let's take a look. Oh, all right. So first of all, the first thing I'm going to show you is that it is in full color. I love that part. The meanings are in here for each and every one. Nice introduction in the front. In the back, I saw some crystals. So, ooh. So it's got a lot going on. Excuse me. I didn't mean to bump that. See, look at this. Okay, so this is the name of the card, right? Then it has the theme. It has the imagery and it has the deeper meanings. Turn the page, see if there's, oh wow, and there's even more. There's like 3 pages for each card. Then there's some suggested action. This is awesome because it's not just giving you the meaning of it, it's also telling you things you can do about whatever you're experiencing. And I love that. I love practical knowledge like that. Let me look in the back. I was going to show you guys. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here you need to see before we get started. And I don't see anything else. I was trying to see if there was any spreads in here. You know, I'm always looking for spreads. And in the very beginning, I don't see any. Alright. So that's all you need to know about this. That's awesome. And there is, look at this. A whole section with, I wanted to show you, a whole section with crystals in it. So like this, wow. It's a lot of, this looks very informative is my point. Alright, so I love the guidebook. Definitely going to use that. So if you get this, you can use these intuitively if you want to. Oh, look at that at the bottom of the box. Pretty. So you can use these intuitively if you want to. I know some people like to do that, but I recommend using this guidebook. Alright, now we're going to get into this artwork on these cards. It's not a lot of cards. They're not very, it's not a very thick stack as you can see. I'm going to show you the first one so we can get a look at the card stock. Okay, so we got a little bit of glossy glare going on. Okay, alright. Look at the size. Yeah, see? That's the only, see how I love the glossy cards, but that's the only problem is that they're not the easiest to be able to photograph. Let's take a look and see next to this how the size is. This is a standard size tarot card. Whoa, it's way taller and way wider. I would say about the size of like the Blue Angel decks. About that size. So if you're used to that size, you'll be used to this one. If you have small hands, you're going to have to adjust for shuffling. Alright. I'm going to turn it this way just for a second while I find out how the card stock is. Not too thick, not too thin. Snaps right back. So great card stock. Yeah, nice, very nice. Yeah. The same thing that you would expect from this particular publishing. The same good quality. So it's awesome. Oh man. I really love this. Let me show this to you. The backs. I really love the back. It's pretty. Alright. Establishing emotional boundaries. Okay. You know what is doing it for me? It's the colors. The only thing I'm not feeling is that it's not very easy. There we go. It's not very easy to show these to you guys because of the light. That's the only thing. Okay, that's good. I think we can do this. Okay, we can do this. Alright, oh my. You know, the colors, yes. I love the choices that the artist made with these colors. That's what drew me in. And you know something? I feel like an empath is somebody who feels a lot. I mean, empaths, we feel. Okay, let me talk to you a little bit about empaths. Some of you already know this information, but empaths feel other people's feelings, and they feel their own feelings extremely deeply. And for an empath, that can be very difficult to deal with. So these cards are dealing with some of the issues that happen when a person is an empath. And what to do, how to deal with it. As you can see, they give all kinds of, you know, suggestions and advice. Like, for instance, shielding, protecting, grounding. This is the first thing you learn as an empath. And it's one of the ways that you're able to, you know, calm down, especially if you've picked up on somebody else's emotions and it's really upsetting you. So they're going over things that, you know, you naturally would need to know. So if you're a brand new empath, somebody who doesn't know, like, you know you're an empath, but you don't know anything about it, this deck is going to be really cool because these are the things you need to know how to do. And some of these are things that happen to you, like the confusion, the cloudiness, not giving yourself enough love. Some of these things happen to all people for real, but empaths have a tendency to feel them extremely deeply. So another thing I think is good about it, when we piggyback on the colors, empaths have a tendency to get vibrations, emotions, and things from colors. So as I'm looking at this, without even knowing, the key words or anything, the colors are giving a vibration and a message as well. So that's why I love the color choices, because I'm feeling so much coming from these. Like the more happier colors, the pinks and the yellows, they seem to have more of like a uplifting kind of energy. And then some of the browns are, talking about some of the heavier energies, and some of the white talking about like more of the heavenly energies. So you can get those different vibes as you stare at the colors. And then pick up the guidebook and read it, and it's like, wow. I'm so glad I got this deck. I'm definitely going to use this with my clients. Seek water healing. Sometimes empaths tell me that they just like to go near water. I know for me, the ocean, the river, waterfalls, any kind of the bathtub, the shower, any kind of the pool. I love a good pool, hot tub. Any kind of water source for me is definitely going to be healing. And a lot of other empaths say the same thing. So if you're somebody who feels your own feelings and other people's feelings very strongly, especially if you pick up on other people's without them even having to tell you what's wrong, you're probably an empath too. A lot of people are empaths and just don't know. It's a lot of people. A lot of people have different gifts and don't know, because when we were in our indigenous societies, these kind of things were known, they were celebrated, they were explained, they were taught in different ways. Depends on what your culture is and how your culture made sense of the world. But once we came into like westernization, I would call it, a lot of us lost that understanding, those spiritual connections of what things mean. What does it mean when I have prophetic dreams? Or what does it mean when I have dreams and they come true? That's a prophetic dream, but what does that mean? What does that mean about me? And what do I do? Am I making this happen? It's a lot of questions like that. And if you grew up in your indigenous culture, for a lot of us, not everybody, of course, but for a lot of us, these things were answered. They were explained. They were discussed. So a person who was an empath would probably know that they were an empath as a child. Empaths have the tendency to be very sensitive throughout life. And sensitivity is not a bad thing, especially if you can use it to help yourself and others. So, and see all this red, and we're getting into the inner demon. So you see how the colors are going along with what the card is talking about. I love that synchronicity of the vibration. But yeah, if you were an empath, in certain cultures, you would know that as a child, and they would help you with it. They would cultivate, your abilities, and they would teach you things, your elders, those before you, but we lost all that with westernization. I see a lot of people going back to it though. I see a lot of people going back to like ancient knowledge, ancient spiritual systems, the ways of their families, things like that. And for like a long time, like the 80s and 90s, 70s, that was something that people shunned. They shunned those old ways. And now I see those old ways coming back. Some people never did shun them. Some traditions, some families, held on to them. That's how we even know about them now. But a lot of us, our families went to Christianity or other, forms, and lost a lot of these kinds of, things. And it also depends on what, you're involved with. Because I remember one time I went to a Christian church and they had a prophetess there. And she was basically doing the same thing I do. She wasn't using cards, but she was, telling people their future and what they needed to do to get better and how they could heal. And she was spot on because, I wasn't even going in the church. I was just walking past the church. And I was already a priestess at that point, and she was like, you have a high level of anointings, you have a light to you. And she was like, you're a spiritual leader, aren't you? And I was like, damn. Like, she just came out of nowhere with that. And I was like just walking down the street, trying to cross the street right in front of the church. So, and she was like, yeah, I'm a prophetess, and this is our church, and blah blah blah, and we're Christians, and da da da. And she just, talked to me, was very nice, very polite, and talked all about her spiritual system. And we talked for a few moments, and I kept it moving. But I was just I was like, wow, that's really deep. She does exactly what I do. So it's not all the Christian traditions, different. You got one thing about traditions. And I mean, like, different churches, different neighborhoods, different cultures. What's acceptable in one may not be the same in another one. But you have to go and, like, kind of find out. Because at another church I went to, a prophetess would absolutely not have been accepted. So it just depends. The one I grew up in, I should say. I grew up in a Catholic church. And in the Catholic church, no way would a prophetess be accepted. But the Catholics do a lot of stuff that pagans do, such as Christmas, Easter. They smoke cleanse in the Catholic Church. They do rituals, all kinds of rituals in the Catholic Church. So you see a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of commonalities between these groups. I think it's more common energy than not. Yeah, see, this one is fear and doubt. So you see in the darker colors. So I love that. I love how they did that. This is awesome. I want to do another video where I use these. I want to use these for like some type of a spiritual reading, because these are really beautiful. I knew they were in my Amazon basket for a reason, people. I knew it. And it's a decent amount of cards too. It's not like we're going through. When I first looked at the stack, I was like, it's not that many cards here. But as we're going through them, there is a decent amount of cards here. These are great for a daily pull. I mean, like, amazing. If you're an empath and you wake up every day and pull one of these, and then kind of like, write about it, think about it, whatever the case is, that would be awesome. They would be great to end a reading as well. I'm thinking of a lot of little creative ideas as I'm looking at them. I'm like, how can I use these? First thing I want to do is make up a spread. I want to make up a unique spread for them. The world's diversity. Beautiful. I love the messages. The messages are very light and very positive. Meditation. And I don't know what this style of art is called, but I'm really, really fascinated with it. It's kind of collage-y, but not. I don't know what it's called, but I love it. That's beautiful. And that's number 1. So it's 40 cards. Okay, perfect. All right, that's what I thought. Let me make sure that I'm correct about that. Yeah, it's definitely 40 cards. All right, so now we're going to take these. Right now comes the fun part, guys. Now we get to see what they're talking about. And let me see. I want to grab one at random, and this is the one I've grabbed. It's number 29. So let's see how easy it is to find it in this huge guidebook. Oh, I popped right to it. Okay. Very easy indeed. It says here, essential themes. Analyzing what the term magic means in our lives. Understanding that life itself is the grandest act of esoteric ritual. Love that. Utilizing metaphysical tools designed for empathic growth. Whoever wrote this is really intelligent. This is a very smart person, definitely. I'm thinking Queen of Swords energy. Wow. And this is the one I was showing you guys with the crystals. So let's read the imagery. This card's multi-layered painting depicts a person who has created an invisible friend to make life more exciting. Oh, I see the invisible friend. I didn't even see that. That is really cool. Okay. Um, in relation to this card's creative meaning, it is clear that we are the magicians in charge of our own lives. In a sense, every action and thought is a spell, and the whole experience of life is one grand ritual drama. The person in the picture is a warrior of possibilities and a creator of reality. How much magic we see in the world around us ultimately depends on ourselves. Deeper meanings. Life is magic. You are a magical being, plain and simple. Although empathy is a quality everyone has to one extent or another, individuals who identify as empaths experience a higher than usual level of emotional absorption from the outside world. We also experience our own emotions at a higher level than the average person. This is a gift. According to numerous magical traditions throughout time and culture, Mother Nature provides everything we need for both physical and metaphysical healing. Empaths can utilize numerous natural materials to help protect our energy and grow in emotional confidence. Empathic magic is deeply explored in in my previous book, Esoteric Empathy. Oh, this author has a book. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Okay. The manner in which we use empathically attributed tools depends entirely on each person. Some readers may be experienced in mystical traditions, while others may only have vague familiarity. Empaths of all stripes can utilize empathic magic. Again, life itself is magic, so don't get hung up on labels if this is something new to you. Okay, alright, I got you. Then it gives us suggested actions. Activities like ritual prayer and meditation are accessible to anyone and everyone. While one person may choose to carry a couple gemstones in their pocket, another may create a charm bag, a necklace, or even a lengthy ritual based around specific tools. I offer this brief list of empathic tools and their alleged uses, encouraging each reader to take it as they wish, whether it be with a grain of salt or a fully protective circle of salt. Very clever, very clever. And then this is the one I showed you that had the crystals, but it's not just crystals. It's crystals here. Looks like there may be some herbs here. Salt, sage, see? So there's some herbs here. And so these are the actions that are suggested. And if you're feeling it, if it resonates, go with it, basically is what she's saying. He or she is saying. And if it doesn't, then don't. The art, I see who the art is by, but I don't see who actually wrote this book. Okay. Raven. Okay, so Raven is the person. Raven, this person. That's the author of the book, and then the artist is underneath it. So we got to check out Raven's book. Wow. So you got to read this guidebook. This is not just, you got to read this guidebook. But you know something that I do? Some of the times when I have a book that's this big, and I know it's not going to be easy for me to just read the book, what I do is the daily pull, because every day I pull a different card. I pull the ones to the side that I've already read before, and I leave the other ones that I haven't gotten before. So within 40 days you will have pulled every one of the cards and you will have read the whole book. So that's the way I would do something like that. Some of the times that backfires for me, because if I get bored with the deck, I won't, of course, finish it. But most of the time I do, because most of the time I do love the deck. And sometimes I'll take a break. I might do 20 days, take a break, and then do 20 days on a different deck, and then come back. So I do it like that sometimes. But the point of the matter is that I strongly suggest, if you're an empath, getting this. I'm guessing, I don't know if Raven is male or female, so I'm just going to say they. They have put into this a great deal of time, thought, Like I said, when I first started reading it, this person is clearly very intelligent. I see some astrology in here as well. It's a bunch of different, like, esoteric, knowledge in here. This person clearly knows their stuff too. Or they know their stuff, or they know other people that know their stuff, because this is awesome. But I would definitely venture to say whoever wrote this was really, really knows what they're talking about. They got vision boards in here. I mean, they talk about the dance and, grounding your energy. Is so much in here, so much richness in here. If you are somebody, once again, who is an empath, I strongly recommend this. So it's time for us to get going. If you like this deck, please let me know in the comment section. Check out underneath if you want the link, and you come back soon, because I got a lot more to say. See you later.